How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the children's TV show Arthur having an episode about George Floyd, police brutality, hands up, don't shoot, how black folks are treated in America, all this, that, and the third. Yes, Arthur, the cartoon for little kids. When I say little kids, I mean between the ages of 4 and 8. So you're talking about pre-K, kindergarten, first, second grade. You're talking about small children that are still learning about what's happening in the world. They're learning how to tie their shoes, count from 1 to 1,000 or whatever. Their minds are like sponges, so they're going to take in whatever is put in front of them. And if you're letting your children watch Arthur, they're going to see some things that they probably shouldn't be seeing. I did a video last year about how they introduced gay marriage to little kids. I thought that was inappropriate. If somebody is an adult and they want to get married and they're gay, that's fine. I don't really care. That's not my business. However, I don't think we should be telling 4-year-old little boys and girls about gay marriage. It's probably a little bit too early for something so confusing like that. Now, before I go into
Okay, well, if we shouldn't teach children about homosexual marriages, then let's not teach them about heterosexual marriages, because it's probably just as confusing, which is not really that confusing for a kid to understand. Oh, two people love each other. It's just adults on the right that seem to have a hard time understanding that two people can love each other.
further, let's check this clip out. I've seen some of it, but I've not seen all of it because I want to have kind of a fresh reaction and give you guys my 2 cents as we go through the whole situation. So let's go ahead and roll it.
Hey, Arthur.
Hey, Buster. Did you see that video?
Yeah, I just watched it. It was awful. I can't believe someone would be hurt like that just because they're black.
Racism is so unfair. No one should ever judge someone by the color of their skin.
But how could it happen here in Elwood City?
Okay, let's pause for a minute. Now, Elwood City, that's where they are in this fantasy world. How do you have black people on this show? All right. Now, I'm not necessarily the smartest guy in the world, okay? I'm not Albert Einstein over here. I'm not a rocket scientist, but I'm looking at animals, okay? I see animals, okay? I think I've seen Arthur when I was a kid, or I know of it a little bit, and I know that Arthur is a little kid that's right here on the left of the screen that's right there on the right-hand side of my screen, and he is an aardvark as far as I know. Now,
Okay, he's taking this a little too seriously. Oh, how can there be race when they're all animals? The thing about the show is they're trying to teach kids about something that's going on in the nation, which is black people are being systematically targeted by groups of people, mainly cops and stuff, and also teaching them about racism. And there's nothing wrong with introducing kids to the idea of not mistreating people based upon their skin tone. I mean, kids naturally don't do that at an early age. Racism is something that is taught, because I mean, if you have 2 4-year-olds of different skin tones, they're not going to be caring about the skin tones. All they're going to be caring about, hey, can I play with this person? But the idea of teaching kids about what's going on at an early age, there's nothing wrong with that. And if it's something kind of controversial, then it's even better to teach them about it, so that they can grow up and not follow in the footsteps of people on the wrong side of history.
I didn't think that aardvarks or any other animal had races. And then his friend right here, Buster Baxter is a rabbit or something. I'm not really sure. But whatever he is, I know that they're animals. They're not actually human beings. So how do we have race when you're talking about animals? I don't really know, but we'll move on.
outside the sugar bowl.
Buster, it happens everywhere. I was talking to Mrs. McGrady the other day. She said there's a really long history of black people not being treated fairly in this country.
So are you hearing this? Now, imagine if your kids are watching this, right? You're thinking everything's fine. You can put them in front of Arthur. Because understand this, Arthur is supposed to be an educational show for little kids. Kind of like how I used to watch Sesame Street when I was a little boy.
Guess what Arthur is doing at this moment? Educating kids about events that are going on, namely racism and people being mistreated for their skin tone. It seems like you only have a problem with a certain type of education being taught.
Learning how to count and do all that. To count, how to count 1 to 10. I would watch that for that. This is like something similar to that, but it's more about life experiences and situations more than anything else, as far as I know. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. So they're teaching your kids about police brutality and how black folks are treated. So imagine when your 4-year-old little boy or girl comes up to you and says, hey, on Arthur, they said that black people are treated badly, they're treated unfairly. What's going on with that? Can you talk to me about it? Can you explain it? I mean, that's going to be a really awkward conversation to have, and one that they probably shouldn't even be bringing up.
It's not really that awkward of a conversation. All you gotta tell them is that there are people of a certain skin tone that are being mistreated, and it is up to people like us to stand up against such mistreatment. How hard is it to explain to somebody, to a kid, to stand up for people when you see something wrong going on?
At all.
It has to stop.
We have to do something.
Yeah! But what can we do? I mean, I'm 8. I can't even fry an egg on my own.
I don't know. Maybe Mrs. McGrady can give us some ideas. Hold on.
See, in that part, they were told, hey, something's going on in the world. And kids would relate and be like, I'm a kid. I can't do anything. So, hey, let's go talk to somebody who may know what we can do about, helping out.
Hello, boys.
So, Miss McGrady, is that a black woman? Okay, so like I said, we're dealing with animals, right? So if now we're saying that these animals are different races, like, would it be even, this is so silly. So she's like a darker skinned, I'm not sure what kind of animal that is. Pardon me for not knowing all my cartoon animals, but she is an animal. She has dark skin and kind of like this white colored wig on or something like that.
No, nobody is saying that the Arthur characters are of various skin tones or they represent black or white people or Asians or anything like that. It is just, at this moment, they're trying to teach kids about racism. And I don't understand why that is hard for other people to understand.
So is she black? Is she going to be like the woke person, like the Oprah of Arthur? Let's check it out.
I'm so glad you reached out to me. Yes, I saw the video too. And let me tell you, it made my blood boil.
Me too.
It also made me scared. I mean, this happened in our neighborhood.
It is scary, Buster. But you should know that a lot of grown-ups are fighting racism.
Oh my goodness. Stop it. So, I mean, okay, here's the thing about that. You see a video, right, and then somebody gets killed and they're black. Are you going to automatically assume racism? That's what they're saying right here in this little thing. And kids are not going to understand nuance. Understand this. These are going to be little kids watching it. Now, we can watch it as adults and kind of pick through what they're saying and pick it apart. But a little boy, a girl, how are they going to understand what's really happening? They're going to take this at face value, and it's really dangerous.
No. Kids can understand a whole lot, but if they see people mistreating other people based upon their skin tone and stuff, they're gonna follow that behavior, be it seen on TV or their parents or their friends. But if you teach them that, that is not the right behavior, and that you should not do that, as well as, stand up against people who does that, you can help break the cycle of racism.
And working hard to keep us all safe.
Why does this keep happening, Mrs. McGrady?
Well, racism is like a disease. If you don't treat it, it's just going to get worse.
Wait, if racism is a disease, can I get it?
Buster, don't worry. This isn't about you.
Actually,
See, personally, for me, I don't like equating it to a disease, because it's more of a learned behavior. But they probably did it more of a way for kids to kind of understand. I mean, kids, the ideas of racism can spread. People can, like, quote unquote, catch it, but it's not really a disease. You don't need, like, a cure for racism. You don't need a cure for racism besides, better education.
it is. It's about all of us. It's not enough to just say, I'm not racist.
Oh my God, stop. Stop. So now we're going to go into this whole woke thing. This is really adult stuff that we're watching right now. So what this person, I guess it's going to be some kind of black animal, some kind of blackface animal. What they're going to say is, you can't just say, I'm not racist. You got to actively be against racism. You got to actively fight against it. So let's see what she says.
Yeah, actively fight against racism, because passively watching it go on just allows it to fester and continue. The more you fight against it, the less it is able to propagate, and the less racist policies that can be created, the less racial acts that can be committed. Yeah, this may be some heavy stuff for kids, but black kids all the time are taught how to act and behave themselves in public and around cops so that they're not murdered by the cops. If black kids can handle that, then all other kids can pretty much handle being told that racism exists in the United States.
So I don't make assumptions and just be wrong.
It's not my problem. We have to actively fight against racism.
Didn't I just say that? Didn't I? And you know what? I didn't even watch it before I just did that. Like I said, I watched a little bit of it at the very beginning just in case I see what was going on. And I was going to watch it with you, give you active reaction. And then boom, said it right there. This is straight from the Antifa playbook, straight from the Ilhan Omar playbook. This is straight from the Black Lives Matter. This is straight from Twitter. This is a Twitter thread put into a children's cartoon. Are you hearing this? Wow. Okay. I guess that was it right there. But yeah, I'm not surprised at all. That's generally how these things go. Arthur, I've been reading a little bit on Twitter, and they've been saying Arthur is getting woke, or that they've been going down the woke direction for a long time. Like I was saying before about the whole gay wedding thing. Like, if you want to be gay as an adult, that's fine. I don't care. Knock yourself out. Have fun. That's whatever. But I don't think we should be telling little kids about gay marriage and, how males and males have a relationship, or females and females. It's just too confusing. All they really know is mommy and daddy. You want to introduce something else that's totally just foreign, that's going to be kind of hard for them to really understand. And
Homosexual couples have it's never been foreign. It's just more of a modern day thing, since the idea that it's only been man and woman, that this idea of two couples, of a couple of the same sex being married, all throughout history, there's been homosexuality and people taking care of kids. And nowadays we've had like outed homosexual communities for like a long time, and it's not abnormal or foreign or different in any way anymore. All you gotta tell kids is, hey, people love each other, and they understand that because kids understand love. I mean, kids basically express the same type of love for everybody. They love their friends, their family, and the people they know. And just telling them that people love each other, they'll understand that. Kids aren't that dumb.
They might plant a seed that shouldn't be planted at a very early age. Okay, we're talking about kids. Leave kids alone. When I was a little boy, you know what I wanted to do? I wanted to play with my toys, go outside, roll around. I just wanted to be a little boy. I didn't want to be having this heavy stuff on my back. I just didn't want it. I'm a kid. I want to do kid things. Not be thinking about gay marriage and, wokeness and having to fight against racism. It's just really weird. Kids shouldn't even really be involved with this at all. If you got some adults who want to go out there and virtue signal, then that's on them. But don't put it on a youngin. Leave them out of it. Just leave them alone. If you want to be a mouth breathing moron going out there, spray painting statues or throwing chalk on the ground, screeching at the top of your lungs, and go for it. That's your prerogative. But leave them kids alone. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you?
Well, I guess this is pretty much the end of this video. Let me know what you thought of my commentary. Peace out.